Well, at least 10 suspicious packages have been intercepted by authorities across the country so far, and a sprawling investigation is underway to determine who is behind this, who sent them and why, and if there are more packages on the way. Former FBI Deputy Assistant Director of Counterterrorism Terry Turchi knows a lot about this subject. He joins us tonight. Terry, thanks a lot for coming on. So, without speculating in an irresponsible way, but from the facts that you are aware of, what does this add up to? What does it tell you?
Well, I do feel this is probably some sort of lone offender. I don't think this is going to involve a group. I think it's somebody that has clearly been planning it for a while, because after all, this person has put 7 to 10 bombs in the mail. So it took a while to do all the research. It took a while to do the building. It took a while to put these packages together and have a plan. So now what the FBI has to do is go back and try and, in reverse, since these crimes actually occurred from the time these packages were mailed and placed in the mail stream, they have to figure out what happened in between and where these packages were, and try and piece all this together. You know, the things we've talked about before, finding cameras, finding potential witnesses, people in the mail stream that handle these devices.
It's hard to believe, and I should say to our viewers, the few who don't know, you were one of the reasons the Unabomber's behind bars right now. But it seems likely that with all these packages, at least one of them apparently hand-delivered, that there would be an awful lot for investigators to look at, wouldn't there be?
There definitely is. And when you look at these cases, and as I think you used the word earlier about sprawling, they are sprawling, and they can become even bigger. So what you have to do almost right at the beginning is you have to prepare to and hope that you can get a break in some of the key areas and solve these cases immediately, or that you start doing everything as you should do it, and then lay the foundation if you have to go forward and if you have to become even bigger as far as manpower. So you look at essentially two things, and they're pretty simple and pretty basic. There's strategy and structure. The strategy of all of these incorporates the forensics trail, the investigative trail, the analysis trail, the handling of public tips, and then going back out to the media as we did in Unabomb. And we don't have the time, but you could take every one of those categories and go back to other bombings, and we could illustrate how that has been helpful. And that's why we concentrate on those areas. And then the structure is how you collect it all and bring it together, and like panning for gold, separate all the garbage from the nuggets that have to go through the process and lead you to the people who did this.
There must be a lot. So really quickly, there are an awful lot of bombs, none of them went off. What does that tell you? Were these designed to go off or just to terrify?
I have a rough time when I have to start speculating on it, so I'll try to say it like this. There's a lot of possibilities, and people are talking about all kinds of theories. But the bomber this may be a person who's just started doing this, so they don't really know what they're doing or how to put together a bomb. Possibly that's the case. They could be somebody who didn't want the bombs to really hurt anyone. That's probably a stretch. I don't think any of these people think that way, because I don't think any